Hi everybody! Today we're going to paint the rainbow chameleon. Okay? And I think you guys are incredibly brave because you are not afraid to tackle this looks difficult thing, but it's not. Okay? These are little pieces of color and we make them in little blocks and the color blocks become a chameleon. Right? So we're going to learn how to color blend, which means I put a color and then I put a color and nobody cares, and that's incredibly boring. But if I let where two colors meet, I make a new color, that's gorgeous, right? And you're like, ooh, right? So if this is purple and this is pink, what color do I make? This really pretty purpley pink. So I put some purple in the pink and the pink in the purple, just little, like a little bridge between the two worlds. Some people use their finger to blend, or you can use your paintbrush, but you put the purple in the pink and the pink in the purple, so there's a little transition color. Like this, I'll show you, right there, right? So here was orange, right? Here's boring orange, but who's she touching? Orangey yellow. I made orangey yellow. And then where's also orange touching? There's the pink box. Oh, I made pinky orange. Oh, but then there's the purple box. But then I got to make pinky purple. The making the colors is the funnest part, okay? But you're like, well, how much paint do I use? How hard do I push with my paintbrush? You don't know. You never done this before. But after like 3 of them, you're like, oh, I get this. So when we paint or when we learn anything, it has to be frustrating and confusing. And then I think I understand it. And then, oh, I get it. This is easy. And it's so easy, it's boring. That is a weird thing to happen. And this will happen in 2 hours. You'll be like, I can't do it. I'm scared. And then easy, boring. Is this class over? That's how fast your brain will learn. You'll be amazed, okay? So we're going to start with the stick because the little wooden stick is first, so that when we paint the tail, we could put the tail on top of the stick, and by then the brown paint will be dry, right? So we go, oh, because the lizard's in front, the chameleon's in front. See, I painted the stick and then I put her foot on top, so it looks like she's on top, right? So let's paint the stick first. You guys ready? Okay, so brown paint. Obviously, it's a stick. Brown. And then open it. But we only use this brown for the stick. So when we're done, we'll just put the lid on it. She's all done. And then we want to make sure that all of our paints are a little bit 3D. So how many color values do you need for 3D? 3! Dark, medium, light. Well, dark is a color with nothing in it. It's just a color. Boring. Then I might put a little bit of white in it. And then I might let it be a little bit even brighter, some pure white. You want to see it? I'll show you. Like, look at her nose, right? It's white at the top where I started my white. And then I pushed that white through. I scribbled it through the yellow. And then by the time I got to her chin, it's just green. I ran out of white paint on purpose. So it's very bright, not very bright, all gone. We're going to do that. You're like, what? I don't get it. I know. You haven't done it yet. We'll do it. So, and we also need bright green because that's going to be our highlight. Okay? So we're going to use our big yellow paintbrush to do this. And mostly because these are big shapes, right? So when I smash my paintbrush, it's like humongous if I smash it really hard. If I don't smash it really hard and I do it very, very gently, it's this tiny little string. And I'm like, no. I don't want a tiny string of paint. It's a stick. So I can smash it hard, okay? So we need to outline every time we do a color, we're going to tell it where it lives at in like a little box, right? Like literally they look like little boxes. A box of blue, a box of green, a box of, like they're little boxes, and then we attach them. Well, not going outside the line is a trick. But if we don't go outside the line, then we know what the object is. So push up your sleeves. I see sleeves down. It's real paint that doesn't come out of your clothes. Just check, okay? I'm looking at Miss Hussein's room and I see sleeves. Can you push your sleeves all the way past your elbow? It's permanent paint and will not come out of your clothes. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get my brown and I'm going to show you how to outline. So you're like, and this is your very first one. So this will be your ugliest one because it's your first time. Because this is earth and that's how it is. So I'm going to get my little yellow paintbrush and I'm just going to get my brown paint and I'm just going to stab it because if my paintbrush can only get so much paint on it, right? It can't get more, so I just go stab and look, it gets the exact right amount of paint on it. So like, oh, how much paint did I get? Just stab it, stab! Okay, I got brown paint. And we're gonna outline this little box. The very first box it will become a stick, but it's this weird shape right here. And I wanna get rid of this silver Sharpie. I don't wanna look at it anymore, right? So I'm gonna outline. So I'm gonna stay inside the shape with my paintbrush and sneak up to the line. I'll show you. I go smash, and my paintbrush opens humongous. It goes blip. But then I only stare at one hair that's actually going to paint over the Sharpie. Watch this. But I do not scribble. Scribbles for crayons and markers and color pencils, right? This is thick. So all I do is push my paintbrush like a bulldozer. Watch this. Smash. Okay, that's easy. So I'm in there. And I sneak up, 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 up. Oh, I covered it. Now I push. Push. And look at that nice smooth line. Why? Because a whole bunch of glob of paint comes squishing out the top of the paintbrush and it makes a perfectly smooth line. Right? Now I'm going to get more paint. Stop! And then I could go watch this. Smash. Oh, I got to smash inside the box first. Smash. And then I sneak up. Whee! Stop. Okay. And then I land inside the box again, box, and then sneak down to that one and push my paint. Oh, I ran out of paint. It's all dry. Should I scribble and make a furry stick? No. Now you're painting. Remember, you're copying me. Always copy me. And then now I'm going to go like this and go, oh, okay, there. Now I outlined it. And you go ahead and do that. Outline it. Whoop. So how did I cover up and look how smooth my edges is? Because you know how a bulldozer works? How a bulldozer pushes the sand and then on either side there'd be a pile of sand? That same trick we're using. We get a whole bunch of paint and then we smash our paintbrush and paint squirts out the top and the bottom. Perfectly smooth. And so I push my paint, push, and it makes a nice smooth bead of paint. It just makes a nice smooth line because it's so thick, right? Who did that? You did that. Good job. Now watch this. Well, what is the texture? The texture of a stick. Oh, well, they look like it's not scribbly up and down. No, they're straight. And it's like they're falling off the page. They're parallel to the edge. And they just stack up like little pieces of wood. Hey, and the black peeks through a little bit. Built-in shadow. Okay, so I'm going to go, all right. So I stab my brown, stab, right? And now I'm just going to land on that little landing pad I put right there. And I just go land and swipe off the page. And then I do a row after that. Swipe, swipe, swipe. And then look at it. Doesn't it look like the texture of wood? Just by doing that, the texture is important, not just the color. So I go swipe, swipe, swipe. And then if I run out of paint, I get a stab more. Woo! And then I just let them stack on top of each other. Now you do it. I'm beating you. So, no, I'm just kidding. Of course I'm beating you because I'm showing you. So can I paint up and down? No. What kind of texture would that be? I don't. That doesn't look like a stick. If I paint it up and down, so it's long and scanning. Long stripe, long stripe. Let me show you up close again. So look at their long stripes and look at where the black peeks through, where it's a little bit thinner. That's interesting. Thick parts will be darker brown. The thin parts will look a little black. The black peeks through a little bit. Shadow. Right? Okay, now we need to hide. Is that 3D yet? Does that have dark, medium, light? Well, sort of. Wherever the paint is thicker, will dry darker. But that is boring. So we're going to get some bright green to brighten it up. But this paintbrush is filthy. So we have to lick it off. No! I'm just kidding. You're crazy. So we get a paper towel. It's my favorite joke. I always say that. Okay, so I get a paper towel. I just put it inside the paper towel and fold it over. And then I pinch it really hard and I squeeze the paint out. All clean. See? And look at, no paint comes out. It's mostly dry and it's like clean. Why? I don't know. It just squeezes it out. Even if there was a tiny bit of brown in it, it won't hurt the green, right? Now you do it. Clean. Little pinch. Okay, now we need, where's super bright green? Hello, super bright green. I gave you a lot just because of this. Now watch this. So where does the green go? Oh, she's walking, or he is walking, so I guess she walks on top, so she keeps scratching off the moss. So the moss is growing on the bottom of the stick. But if I get, you know when I get that big stab of paint, it's going to be, that first stripe is going to be very green. I want that. And then every single stripe that touches, you know, they all touch as I go up. Every single green after that, I'm running out of green. I'm running out of green. And then literally I'm dropping off no green, but I don't stop. And then I get to the top and I'm all out of green. So that will fade away just by running out of paint. So it's very bright, not very bright, running out of paint, all gone, don't care, all the way to the top. Okay, so watch me, everybody watch. Because it's like, what is she saying? I don't get it. Remember, this is our first one, so we're confused and frustrated. So I just stab my green like I'm mad. There, okay, I got green. All right, I got bright green. And then I'm just going to float this paint on top of the brown. I don't have to smash it in. Because who's more powerful, brown or green? Brown's darker, so it will just erase my green. It will eat up my green. So I'm doing it soft. But watch me. I'll start at the bottom. And everybody pause and look up. Even if you're busy, watch me. I'm going to go, well, this first one is very green. Whoa. Okay, because, look, and should I smash that down and fix it? No. And then there's still paint on my paintbrush, so I go row higher. I'm just sneeze. Sorry. Tickle in my nose. Okay, and then I go a row higher, and I row higher, and I'm running out of paint, and I don't stop, and I don't get more. And look, there's paint on the other side of my paintbrush. Flip it over. A little higher, and I'm running out of paint. Should I stop? No, just keep going. Oh, I dropped off another piece. I thought I was done. Higher, higher, higher. Okay, I think I'm done, but I'm not going to stop till I get to the, okay. So look at, it's very bright, not very bright, running out of paint. I totally ran out of paint. Should I stop? No. Higher, higher, higher. And however it turns out because it's our first one. What happens if I go back and touch this again? You want to see me ruin it? Watch this. Oh, let me touch it. Some more. What just happened to my green? The brown ate it. So I just do it one time, one stripety stripe, one stripety stripe, and then I ran out, and then I get to the top, and I'm done. Cool. And then this is our ugliest one. How come? Because it's our first one. So you're like, mine doesn't look like hers. Mine is stupid. I hate the frustrated and confused part. That's your brain. That's what she does. Too bad for you. You got a human brain. It's your parents' fault because they were human, right? Now, ew, there's a bunch of green on my paintbrush. So I have to lick it off. No. So I just get a paper towel and pinch it. I was just checking to see if you guys are crazy. Clean my paintbrush. And look at, ooh. Sometimes I make bunny rabbits when I do it, but no. Okay, now I'm going to do this. Oh, this is a teeny tiny piece. And what if I get some of the stick on her foot? So I'm putting the foot on top. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I stab my brown. Oh, wait, we're doing exactly the same thing? Yes. So I stab the brown. Stab. Okay, now I need to get rid of all the Sharpie. You've done this before. And how do we outline? Oh yeah, I land inside the shape, smash, okay. Sneak up to the line, because I want to get, bye Sharpie, you do not exist. Okay, gone. Then I land inside, smash, and I'm going to sneak up, sneak, sneak, sneak. Oh, I just hurt the tail. The tail goes on top. Okay, and then I do that backwards, see? Woo, there. Now I have a shape. I outlined it, but that's not the right texture. No. But look how did you just outline that? Did I scribble? Did I pick up my paintbrush and scribble? No, that'll make everything furry. The texture matters because it helps us understand the object in the painting, right? Okay, now I need to make, if it's the same stick, which direction are the stripes gonna go? Oh, they go downhill. It matches this one because it's the same stick. So I go, let me just land and swipe, land and swipe. Oh, they're little and they're all going diagonal. Okay, that makes sense because it's the same stick, so that texture needs to match that texture. Got it. Easy. That makes sense. How come that piece was easier? Because you've done it. Boom. Okay. Oh, there's brown in my paintbrush. And I would like to get some green paint. So I want to clean it off. So I get a paper towel. Give it a pinch. Did you see how many times we're going to clean our paintbrush with a paper towel? Pinch. Okay. Now I'm going to get the bright green. And I just stab the bright green. Stab. And so now where does the bright green go? Where does the bright green go? On the very, very bottom. And then by the time I get to the top of the stick, I run out. Now does it make sense? Because we've done it once before. Let's see if it's true. Let's just see. Okay, so I drop, and I'm doing it soft because brown's going to try to eat my green. So I go, okay, very green. Hey, that's barely showing. I must have did it too hard. And then, there's paint on the other side. Let me turn my paintbrush over. And then running out of paint, all the way out of paint. I'm all gone, all gone. A little bit of moss. And then who cares what kind of texture it has? It's moss stuck to a tray. Who thinks yours just turned out brown? The brown ate your green? Do you want to do it again? You're like, I pushed too hard. The brown just, or you went back and touched it twice and smashed the green into the brown, and the brown just turned your green brown. He ate it, right? Do it one more time. Who cares? This is our first one. This should be a glee, right? That's why we're doing it first, because nobody looks at the stick. You want to see? Did you look at my stick when you saw it? No, right? Okay, now I clean my paintbrush. Who thinks I'm going too fast? Should I go faster? I could go faster. Are you bored? Ooh, you're one of those groups who likes to go fast. All right, we'll go faster. Okay, now I have this big long piece. I'm gonna have to stop and get more brown paint, right? Lots of times, because that's big and one stab of brown paint won't do it. But you already know what's gonna happen. I don't even need to tell you. We outline it, get rid of the Sharpie, and make the brown texture. Right? I know, right? So I stab the brown step. Okay, and don't forget to put it under her little wrist right here. I've seen people forget. It's underneath. It's a weird little shape. So I go, smash. And what if I get it on her skin? I put her arm on top. So I go, smash, or his. Okay, I go, smash, and I sneak up. Okay, there. Now I can push. Bye, Sharpie. Push. Look at that nice, smooth line, like driving my car on a road. Boom. Bye, Sharpie. And then I could get more, because I already ran out. And go underneath her little wrist. Woo! Okay. And then push again. Push. Bye, Sharpie. And then on top of her, I ran out on top of her foot. Can you tell when you run out of paint? It feels dry. or it gets invisible. And you're like, what? You just get more. There's lots. I don't even need to tell you when to get more. When it's not happening, get more. Don't scribble and try to force more paint out like it's a pen. It's right there. Poke. Okay, now I got my outline. What do? You know, we make the stripes. And matching texture to this piece and that piece. All right, so I stab my brown. I put long, but these are going to be long, like a roller, like a slide. Wee, wee, wee. And then my texture is long, and I don't care if there's thick or thin parts. Remember, because if the black peeks through, it's a built-in shadow. Do I scribble? Who's scribbling? Wrong texture. You want to see me ruin it? Look, I got these cool stripes, right? Watch me ruin it. Where are my cool stripes now? Gone. I ruined it. So I'm long, skinny stripes. I give it permission to have the texture of wood, which would be these, like the texture of bark. And then I clean my paintbrush. We're going to have to get green twice. This is a big piece. So maybe we go up a couple stripes and then get more. You know what I mean? Because it's going to disappear really fast. So I clean my paintbrush. Pinch. I don't want to make the green dirty. Pinch. And then get my green. And I'm going to stab it really hard because this is big. And I have to go far. Right? Miss Hussein's going to be exhausted having to run around the class the whole time. Look at her run. Okay, now I stab my paintbrush. Stab! Really hard. Ooh, okay, look at how much paint. I don't care. I don't care because I want mine to be shiny. Okay. And then I'm going to very carefully, I'm going to drop it off. And where is it most bright? On the bottom, right? And I go, wee! Okay. That's very bright. I'm not touching that again. That is nice and bright. So then I go a row above that. Woo! Okay. And then a row above that. Uh-oh. I'm trying to get to halfway and I already ran out. Can I get another poke? I know I want to run out by the time I get to the top, but I feel like I ran out early. I'm going to get another stab. You want to get another stab too? Stab. There. Now, okay, now I'm trying to get to halfway before it turns dry, right? So I just go, wee. Okay, now I'm running out of paint already. Oh, and there's paint on my other side. Look at it's green on that side, brown on this. Okay, flip. I'm running out. And then I got to the top of the stick, all gone. But look, I have bright, medium, ran out, dark. 3D by giving my paintbrush permission to run out of paint. What? That is so weird. So running out of paint is a good thing and keeping the texture. And then I have some lumps on there and I don't even care because when acrylic paint dries, it dries completely flat. You'll think, oh, it's all lumpy. That's wrong. The water will escape in the air and it'll be flat. How do you feel so far? How's your brain? We did 3 pieces. And you're like, remember the first one? You were like, what? Look at mine. I don't even have any green on mine. I wasn't even doing it right to start with. And I would paint, what? And then I think I understand it better. I definitely, okay, so I went from frustrated to understanding to, I think it's easy. Okay, now I want to show you something funny. Look what I did to the original painting. Where is the stick? I forgot to put the brown and the green. I don't know why. And then if you get paint on his toes, they're a letter V, right? We could draw those again. No worries, right? So, but we need to put the stick on there. I don't know how I forgot, but I laughed, so I keep it. Okay, so we'll fix that when we do this baby stick right here. So I clean my paintbrush, right? There's green on there. Where's that dirty paper towel? Squeeze. And then stab my brown. Stab. Who thinks you can do this piece right here, no help? See? I know. I know. You've already done it like 3 times and your brain's like, yeah, I know, lady. Be quiet. I already know how to do it because I have a good brain. And once I do something, I understand it. Okay, so I'll just do it for those of you who are like, what? You're still at the understanding part. So, but all of us have special brains, so we all do it different. Okay, watch. So I land inside the stick smash, so my paintbrush will open, so I can sneak up. Oh, I'm covering the Sharpie, and then I push. I do the top of his little toe. Whoop. I'm already out of paint. I need more. Poke. And then, whee, other side. And now I trust myself so much more. Isn't that a trip? Uh-oh, silver Sharpie alert. I can see that. Okay, bye. Okay, I killed it. And then texture, all going downhill because it's all part of the same stick. Wee, 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 wee. Okay. Uh-oh, don't forget about under his foot. Like me. So watch me. I'm just going to attach the two worlds. So everybody pause and look up even if you're busy. What? I'm just going to attach the two sticks. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Oh, I covered up his toes. I'm all worried. No, I'm not worried. That is a letter V shape. I can draw that. Right? So now I can put the green because I worry about forgetting under his little paw, in his paw. No, they're not paws. Lizards are claws. Okay, so I clean my paintbrush, pinch. And now, how much white? And now I can get yet a green. It's going to be super green, not very green, ran out of green at the top. Who thinks you can understand it and it's easy? I know, you just go. Don't listen to me anymore. Just do it. Stab my green. Very green on the bottom, not very green, then running out of green, invisible green, all gone. And then let me add a little bit of green to his toes. Whoop, 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 there. See? And then how many pieces of green did it take before you ran out? It's different for everyone. It depends on how much brown you put, because the brown is very hungry. And then how much green you put, how hard you push with your paintbrush. So everyone's like, well, mine doesn't look like hers. Well, because you have a unique hand and you get it different than everybody else. More paint, less paint, harder paintbrush. It'll be different. Harder, softer. It's you. It's unique. And so you're like, oh, I don't like mine. We just did the stick. Nobody's going to look at the stick. But I got to clean my paintbrush, pinch. Because I don't want this dirty on there. Pinch. Good job. Now we get to switch to itty bitty teeny tiny blue paintbrush. And we use this one for a little while, for like almost an hour. Because we're going to learn how to do all the blending with this tiny paintbrush. Okay? Because if we can do it with a tiny paintbrush, look when we switch to the big paintbrush, right? Okay, okay, these are all for, look, it's little. So it will be little. And then we get to about here and then stop. And then the feet is all, because I'm afraid the big paintbrush won't fit, right? And it'll get too much paint. And this foot, and then this eye. And then we pause, right? Now we switch to the big paintbrush, and then we'll be like, 3 fingers big, humongous, and we'll switch to the bigger paintbrush and it'll go way faster. So when we're learning, we go slow, which is kind of boring, but we give our brain permission to be frustrated, confused, and learning. And then we go faster, because it's easier. Okay. So we're a teeny tiny paintbrush, little baby paintbrush. And, oh, what color should we start with on the tail? Can we copy this guy? Blue. So we don't go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. We start with blue. Can you find that baby blue? Oh, put the lid on your brown. We're never going to use it again. If you take these paints home, you can paint rocks that look like little frogs or dogs or something. I like having craft stuff around. And these paintbrushes are yours too, but you have to wash them. And it's hard. You have to use like a toothbrush and brush out the paint. But anyway, there's your brown. Bye. Find your blue. So bright. Okay, and we are going to make a little blue shape, right? Then we want to brighten it. Because how many color values for 3D? 3. Dark, medium, light. So blue by herself is dark. Blue with some white in it is baby blue. And sometimes little shiny pieces of white that I don't touch, I let them be white because the light is shining, right? So what? First time, it's going to be weird. Okay, so it's all of these pieces, let me show you, it's about 1 fingerprint big, right? A fingerprint of blue, a fingerprint of green, a fingerprint of yellow, a fingerprint of orange. See that? It's just, and then we get to purple, and then they start getting bigger. So let's do it. It's just like the whole fingerprint, you know, the whole piece. Not the teeny tiny tip. I mean the whole top of your finger. Okay, so I'm going to stab my blue paint with this tiny paintbrush. Like, oh no, it's going to be too much paint. No, she's so little, she can't get more. So I just poke the blue paint. Poke. Okay, there, hello. I'm blue. What? And then, oh wait, how do I stay? Oh no, if I mess up the shape, no one will know what this object is. So outlining first is actually a brain trick. Did you notice how you didn't go outside of the lines after you outlined it? That's a brain trick. So if I do the same thing here, as long as I outline it, my brain will not let me go outside the lines. Watch this. But it's so little. And the tip of her tail is so little. Everybody pause and look up. I'm going to smash. You stay inside the shape, right? Watch how weird this is. It's so little. I smash my paintbrush. Oh my gosh, it's literally this size. But I go, okay, push it up a little and get rid of that Sharpie and push it down a little bit. Okay, they're done. And how big is it? A finger. All right. But it was literally the size of a smashed paintbrush. Smash, and I just want to push it up and down until, okay, bye Sharpie. All right. And look how I messed it up on the bottom. I went outside the lines. Well, I'll just make her tail a little bit bigger right there. I don't care. But is that blue paint 3D? No, it's so boring. I hate it. So we have to turn on the light. So the light is coming from above in his little cage and bouncing off the tip of his tail. And I want to get white paint. But there's a bunch of blue on my paintbrush, and this will ruin my white paint. So I'm going to get a new, because I don't like that brown paper towel. I'm going to get a new paper towel. There. I don't want to accidentally get brown in there. So I go like that, and I just, oh, it comes off so easy. Pinch. I just want to get the boogie off so when I stick my paintbrush and get some white, I don't ruin the white. So now find your white paint. Hello, white paint. Look how much I gave you. That is way too much for this project. But I have helpers that help me. Sometimes I just give, you're going to have lots of white paint. You could paint 3 rocks and make a snowman out of rocks. Okay. Now I need, how much white do I need to turn on the light? And I need to run out of paint. So it's very white, not very white, running out of white on this tiny little piece. I guess it's just a speck, and there's no way to know how much to get. So I'm just gonna guess and get just because that was a hard stab, but I could paint over the whole thing white, and that would make me mad. Okay, watch. Now I'm gonna get some white, and I just get some. Just a little tiny poke on the end. I go, hello, a little tiny little bead on the little tiny. Okay, now you do it. Tiny. And why are we going so slow on this little blue one? It's our first one. Okay, frustration and confused is expected. Okay, everybody watch. Okay, where does the light come from? From above. So it's going to be just like the green went upside down. This is the bright from the top down. Okay, so I go very white. Oh my God. Oh my God. Should I touch that again? No. But I'm already out of white on my paintbrush. So maybe a row beneath that will be baby blue. And the row beneath that will just be blue. And I run out of paint. Bright, medium, dark. Do not touch it twice. If I scribble it together, it's just baby blue. And is that 3D? No. So I give it permission to have that stripedy texture. Stripe, very white, not very white, running out of white, all gone. And let me tell you, if you got too much white, what do? Do we get mad when we, no, we'll do better on the next color. It was too much. So that was learning. I don't need to do it over. Nobody knows this chameleon if his tail isn't more white. I don't know, right? So did you get 3D? Bright, medium, dark? I don't know. We hope, right? Because how many times are we going to do it? 50 million times before we're done with the look. Okay, clean my paintbrush. What comes after blue on the rainbow? Green. But this green is very see-through, so luckily we have white. So I'm going to stab my green. Stab. But I cleaned my paintbrush, right? Stab. Wait, it's not coming off. This green is thick. I'm going to get a scoop of it. The stab didn't work. I got a scoop. That was thick paint. They different companies. I have to buy the colors because I wanted this bright green. So they make it different. Okay, so now I just need to make, and how big is it? A fingerprint big? Wait, this is like making an H. The shape is literally like two lines or a number 11, but they curve a little bit to get rid of the Sharpie, right? So I land inside the color. Oh, inside, then sneak up and go, bah, and then whoop. That's not enough green. More green. Dang, this stuff is see-through. So I go up. Okay, thicker. I had to put it on way thick. And I'm just trying to get rid of Sharpie, right? Whoop. Oh, I have to make my tail bigger. Remember when I said that? I got to attach my blue to my green. Okay, I'll just make my tail bigger. I don't care. I don't know this guy. Did you do it? And look at the stripes from my paintbrush. The stripes that my paintbrush makes is like scales. Who had to go back and get more green? Isn't this the green like they put a little tiny bit of powder in the gel? What a jip. Why did they put more green powder in the gel? Cheap paint. Okay, now I clean my paintbrush because I would like to get some white paint. How much white? Did you get too much white last time? Could you get a little bit less this time, a smaller speck? Who didn't get enough paint? Maybe a harder speck? So we don't get mad, we make an adjustment, right? So I go, okay. So I don't know. I'm a guess. Make an adjustment. I think this big? Okay. By the time we're done with all the colors, we'll be good at this. But wait, where's the light coming from? Oh, it's coming from the top, right? So it's going to be very white. And by the time I'm at the bottom of the green, I run out of white on purpose. And I do it very soft because I'm floating on top of the green. And watch us turn on the light. Watch this. So I go like this and I go, very white. Oh my God. Right? And then the next row, and they touch, is not very white, running out of white, almost out of white. Look at bright, medium, dark. I just give it permission to run out of white, and that's how I get 3D. What? I know. And you'd think, oh, I thought painters were like, they mixed every single color special and then put it on. No. You let the colors mix on the canvas and you're like, it becomes 3D. Oh my God. What? Because you run out of paint. Is it supposed to be pure white? No. So how much white am I getting? Look at me. Everybody pause and look up. Miss Hussein's room. Look at me. Look. Miss Hussein's room. Look, I'm getting a speck like that. Do not get a stab of paint. I go like this. Speck. Okay? So you guys are getting a lot of paint. We just get a speck of white paint. Okay. Now, ooh, two colors are touching. Remember I told you the best part of painting is about to happen? Blue section is touching green section. So what happens where they touch? Where they touch makes a new color. And what does blue, white, and green make? Turquoise. Okay. You can use your finger or you can use your paintbrush, but right there where they meet, right, they're just touching. That is so boring. I can already stand it. No, we're going to make a bridge world. We put some green in the blue and the blue and the green and green and the blue, but gently. Don't scratch the paint off. Watch me. Everybody watch. I'm going to make turquoise. I push the green and the blue and the blue and the soft, because she will scratch. Oh, I put the blue and the green and the green and the blue and the blue. I made turquoise and you're jealous of me. Because when two colors meet, they make a new color. It's the best part. It's my favorite part. Oh my gosh, we only did 2 colors. That was slow. But we had to get to understanding of color, color, new color. Oh, and highlighting. Okay, now let's do another color. Paint like we just don't care. Okay, what comes after green? Yellow! And yellow is also a see-through color. She's crazy yellow. She's just like bright green. Pop! Pretty, right? And I just, okay, how much yellow to get? I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to figure it out when you put it on. But how big is my piece? A fingerprint, right? It's just a fingerprint big. But when I do my outline to keep me inside my shape, it's just 2 lines, like a number 11. So I stab my yellow, and I go swipe, swipe. Okay, is that a fingerprint big? Maybe taller? Okay, that's right. Okay. And once I have my outline and I got rid of my Sharpies, will I go outside the lines again? No, because it's a brain trick. And now I get more yellow, stab, and fill it in. Swipe, 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 swipe. And then clean our paintbrush because we want to get a piece of white. And whenever your paper towel is disgusting, because look at all this space I have on my paper towel. All this is usable space, right? So I just find a new clean spot, pinch, okay, easy, pinch. And then how much yellow? I don't know. Did you get too much yellow last time? Can you get less? Did you get not enough? Could you get a little more? Exactly. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little. How much? I don't know. I feel like when I go get my, I don't need a stab. That's when you put the color on. This is just a highlight. Maybe a little pearl in the end. Just a ton a bit. Ton a bit. Okay. And then wait. Where's the light coming from? This one's weird. The light's coming from the top. So can we put it on the out? Liberty, pause and look up. Let's put it on the outside edge of put the white here and run out by the time we get to the inside of the tail. Because look, the top of the tail is coming. And clearly that would be the most white. So I'm going to go, okay, here I go. Very white. Oh, on the outside. Okay. But watch the yellow change. And then I wipe off a little less white, less. And how soft do I have to do it? So soft. Otherwise, the tip of my paintbrush is sharp. It'll scratch the paint. So look at me. I'm kind of tilting my paintbrush using the side of my paintbrush. The tip is a little sharp. So I just go swipe less. So I have bright white. Do I want to flatten that down? No. I love it. But then as I drop off the white through my yellow very gently, I go, hey, it just got brighter and it's not see-through anymore. Hey, I'm not putting that high enough. You guys could yell at me and tell me. I just looked up and it was wrong. Sorry. You guys can tell me because I can't see myself. So it goes very white, not very white, running out of white, running out of white, running out of white, all gone. And then I clean my paintbrush pinch. Hey, was that one faster and easier? I know. How come? Because we done it already. Wait. Green and yellow are touching. What do we get to do? We put the green in the yellow and the yellow in the green and make a little bridge world. Swish, 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 swish. And that's going to make like a lime green, a greenish yellow. Okay. Let's see what happens because it's my favorite part. So everybody pause and look up. So I'm going to scratch just like a little bit. And I push down with the yellow. I put the yellow in the green and the green in the yellow and the yellow in the green. And I push and I pull and I push and pull. Just a little halfway world. Oh, I made a new color. I give it permission to do whatever it wants to do. That's the color she wants to be. Fine. Because you don't know that colors change when they dry. So you're like, that's not what I wanted. Just wait till it dries. You're going to freak out how good it looks. And then clean my paintbrush. What do you think? We're turning the corner pretty good, right? And then are we going faster? Just We understand it now. Okay, now orange. Another awesome color. But she looks way better with a little bit of white in her. She turns like sherbet, right? So how much orange do you get? Stab! Right? You don't even have to care. You just get the orange. Stab! It's the white you have to be careful about. Stab the orange. Okay. And then how big is my piece? How big? A fingerprint big. So I don't know. It's kind of going across. All right. And then make my little number 11 that kind of curves to get rid of the lines. By line. By. Okay. Because once I have an outline, I don't leave the outline, and I keep my shape. The trick is as long as the shape reminds us of a chameleon, it's going to be a chameleon. And then fill it in, smash, orange. Look how much more pigment and powder they put in that gel. That's way better. Way. I'm going to make, I don't think I made it as long. Let me make mine a little longer. Wait. My fingerprint? All right, that's better. I think I made mine too tiny. Okay, fix it. And then I lick my paintbrush off. Just seeing who's paying attention. Okay, clean my paintbrush, pinch. And then white, I don't know. Who's getting better at getting the white? I mean, how many times did it take for you to adjust? Because you have a human brain, which means the constant adjusting, right? We don't get mad, we just do better. Okay, okay, I'm looking at this. That's too big. And I know that because I've done 4 of them. And I'm like, no. There, get some of it off. Okay, because I've done a few of these and I can tell when I get too much. Okay. And then where is the light coming from? Hello. So across the top, very white. Boom. Then the next one is softer orange, softer, turns to the sherbet. And then I'm going to run out of paint and it's going to be orange all by herself. It is. So orange by herself on the bottom is dark. Boom. Now you understand it. So we went frustrating. What is this lady talking about? This is dumb. I can't do this. It's too hard. Then your brain goes, oh, I get it. I understand it. And by the time we're done, how easy is this going to be? It's going to be so easy. It's going to be boring. What a good brain you have. Okay, clean my paintbrush, pinch. Uh-oh. Hey, yellow and orange are touching. What do I get to make? Orangey yellow. Favorite part, make a color. So I push with a clean paintbrush because I don't want to add anything. I just want to push the two together. And I just put the orange and the yellow and the yellow and the orange. Oh, look at the pretty little transition color I made. They made a new color. And I can clean my paintbrush a bit. What comes after orange? Did you know it's red? But we don't have red. What do we have? Her name is Pithantho Red, and she's kind of a pinky red because this is like a neon chameleon, right? So I open that, and I go, all right, stab! And how come I trust how much paint to get? Because I've done this a bunch of times, and I already know. So how big is my piece? A fingerprint, all right. And my curved number 11, swipe. Okay, and put my finger in it to make sure. Yeah, wait, maybe it's longer on this side. Let me see. Okay, all right, yeah. And then fill it. I need some more. I feel like I need some more. So it's more red, more pink. I mean, yep. Okay. And then I get to push smushy side to side. I filled it in. We don't go up and down when we fill. If we go up and down, that's a good way to go out of the lines. So we stay parallel with the lines that we make, and that's how we don't fall out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Now clean my paintbrush because I want to get white. Oh, this is way faster. I know. Look at you. And then because your brain's like, yeah, hurry, lady. I'm already done. Okay, and then I get my little tiny piece of white. Way better at picking my white now because I know. And then, okay, so the light's coming from the top. So bounce right off the top, very white. And I can even make sure I connect these two whites on the back, and I just go, whee! Okay, very white. And then not very white, running out of white, turning baby pink. baby pink, and then it's running out of white, so it's just dark pink by itself? Yes. Bright, medium, dark, and I just give my paintbrush permission to run out of paint. Boom. Do you know what that means? If you land on it and you're able to run out of paint at the bottom, you got the exact right amount of paint. How did you do that? I don't know. Your brain just keeps adjusting until it lands on it. And then you're just like, nailed it. Ooh, orange and pink, an excellent color. I know there has to be flowers or butterflies painted this color because it's a good color. But now I get to make a new color. So I push the orange and the pink and the pink and the orange, orange and the pink, pink and the orange. Love, 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 love. I know. It's a good color. Right where they touch. Hello. Like that. And then I clean my paintbrush pinch. And what happens after pink? Purple, but which one's my purple? Everybody's so dark because they need a little bit of white. So here's my purple. She will definitely need white's help, right? If I put this dark color on a dark canvas, it'll dry black. You'll see right through it and you're like, what purple? I don't see anything. So a little bit of white will actually help her. And you're going to love the color she changes to. So, okay, purple. Wait. One fingerprint. Oh, we're turning the corner then? All right. So I stab my purple because remember, it doesn't matter how much purple you get. Stab! The main color is like, right? And then, okay, let me turn the corner. Maybe even, how about 2 fingers? Look, what if we go slightly bigger and start turning the corner right here? All right, so bye, Sharpie. Purple. Oh, look how dark she is. Gah. Right? 2 fingers worth of purple. Just let it get a little bigger. And then, dang, I'm going to get more purple. And it's a bigger piece. And then, who's using the side of your paintbrush more than the tip of your paintbrush? Have you tilted the way you hold it and are starting to change to get a different texture and pressure on your paintbrush? Did you know that's automatic? I didn't even talk about it. Look at you with the adjusting, and your brain went, wait, that's not working. Let me try this. And you did. Look at that dark color. Oh my God. See how that would just dry black? She needs white's help. Come on, shiny, shiny, shiny white. So clean my paintbrush. Pinch. And I could get a little piece of white, and it's going to turn like a grape color or a lavender color. And the white's on the outside of her tail, so I go, whee, very white. Should I smash that down or let her be white? I'm not going to touch it. I like it. But the next one, right underneath her, is going to turn, a pretty lavender. And I'm doing it very soft because I could scratch the paint off, so I'm very soft. And then it's, lavender, lavender, lavender. Oh, look at the pretty color it made. Oh, pretty. I touched mine twice because it wouldn't smush in there. So I got bright, medium, dark purple. But I need just a little bit of white in it because purple by herself is black. So I touched the bottom twice to make sure it had a little bit of white in it. I worry. Okay, now pink and purple are touching. The best, another good color. Clean my paintbrush. I like watching the colors change. I never get over it. So pink and purple is definitely going to make a great color. So I push the pink, and purple's so big, I can just go a little bit more scribbly. I push the pink and the purple and the purple and the pink and the pink and the purple and the purple and the pink and the pink and the purple and the purple and the pink and the pink and the purple. Looks good, right? Pting! And then what happens after purple? We start the whole thing over with blue. And we stab our blue. And then maybe it's a bigger piece of blue, maybe 2 fingers. And I just go, whoosh, whoosh. And then fill it in blue. We have a light problem. Would the light be on the back of it like this underneath it? No, we got to switch. The light would now be on the top of this piece of blue because the light's coming from above. Oh man, tricky. So I clean my paintbrush, pinch, and get a piece of white and go, all right then. So what, everybody pause and look up, right? Where's the white gonna go? Oh, here, white, less white, less white, less white, running out of white, running out of white, running out of white. Because it's the top of the tail. And then clean my paintbrush, and now I get to see, this is the finished product of our rainbow. What does blue and purple make? I'm gonna push the, right where they touch, I push the blue and the purple and the purple and the blue and the blue and the purple. Oh, neato. Do you know what this means after we finish the whole rainbow? You know how to do this whole painting. Did we protect the shape? Yes, by outlining. The color, did we get 3D? Dark pieces, medium pieces, light pieces? Yeah. Did we make new colors when colors touch? Yeah. How's our texture? Scribbly little scribbles like scales? Yeah. So you know everything there is to make this painting. Except we have to go faster now, right? Because we're like, well, that took too long. How come it took a long time? Because we were learning, right? We give ourselves permission to go like this. So who got too frustrated and confused to understanding to easy and boring? You have that kind of brain. That is how fast you learn. Well, let's apply all those skills we just made and make an awesome painting. So, which means the only thing we get to look forward to is different shapes. And then when we get to her back, instead of being little squares, because these are squares on her tail, they actually become big, long tubes like this. And we get to make spikes, and we get to make an eyeball, right, stuff. It will change. Some stuff will change. Okay? So let's do her feet, because look, I want to keep using this paintbrush, and the feet are little, like the tail is little. But we'll make little rainbows. It'll just go yellow, orange, pink, purple, blue, green. And then the colors mix, right? And where's the light coming from? The top of her leg the whole time? I know. Wait, that's the same, except for the shapes change, because now it's a foot, right? And the 2 feet match. What if we go like this? Do yellow toe, put the white on it, put the white on it. Do an orange wrist and an orange wrist, put the white on it, put the white on it. Put the pink part, put the pink part. What if we do both at the same time so it goes faster? All right? So we don't have to clean our paintbrush so much and all that business, which means you have to go faster. But we have proof right here. We know what we're doing. So we're just, when we outline, we're just like, it might be a different outline. Exactly. Okay, you ready? And our stick is dry. My stick is dry, so we can put the feet on top. Who painted over her feet? They're little V's, so don't worry. Okay, so we have to go back to yellow. Can you find yellow? Oh, you know what? I'm going to move all my lids away. I have a cluttered mess over here. Get out of here, lids. And get my colors closer together. Get out of here. I'm going to get organized. There. All my paints are over there. Okay, I put them closer together. And I put the lid on brown. By brown. I don't need it. Okay. Okay. So now we do the feet are yellow. And I'm going to put it right over the foot, over the stick, because I don't care. And I stab my yellow. Stab! And how come we don't care when we get our paint and stab? Because it's the same as the tail. And I just go, so this is a V. Okay. And this is a V. Now I'm going to go straight over and do the other foot. But the other foot would like her own stab of yellow. So stab the yellow. Stab! Okay, and these are V's. V. Look I just put them right over the dirty brown stick. Hello, the foot's in front. Get out of my way. So it was just like when we did the number 11, except for, no, this shape is different. That's all. That's the only thing that changes. And you're like, wait, that's easy. I know. You could draw a V because shape matters, right? Now I'm going to get more yellow. And so I could fill it in. I want my toes to be nice and yellow. And I definitely use the side of my paintbrush more than my tip of my paintbrush. Who's noticed that? Look at me how I hold my paintbrush. Literally weird. It's not a pencil. I'm trying to wipe it on like peanut butter. More than the tip seems to scratch paint off a little bit more. She's sharp. Right? And then I go, okay, now I put yellow toes. Now I can get white, but each toe would like her own piece of white. Sometimes people forget, so one's brighter than the other. But I get a tiny poke of white. And then what would be the top? Everybody pause and look up. What would be the top of her foot? Yeah, this one. Very white, not very white, running out of white, running out of white, running out of white, all gone. But look at the yellow's not see-through anymore. Okay, then the other toe would like her own piece of white. Oh, I missed. I completely missed. That was funny. And then this one is very white across the top and then less. Smush, smush, smush. Oh, I'm using the tip of my paintbrush. I better do it softer. Whoop, 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 whoop. And now my yellow is not see-through anymore. And why is that so easy for you right now? Because you learned it and you're like, I know, lady. Stop talking. I already have this memorized. Okay, now I'm going to get orange. And I just stab the orange. And where does orange go? Let's look at the original pic. Oh, it's a wrist. So it's her little ankle and a toe, right? And one fingerprint big. Oh, her little wrist. All right, that's easy. So I just go, oh, but I have to draw this one. Well, it's just a little V, right? Okay, that is a thingy and that is a thingy. All right. That's a weird shape, but I can do it because it's right there. And the orange is on top of the stick. And then what about this side? It's just the wrist and the wrist, one fingerprint big, right? And then after we're done, who already knows what to do? I know, right? We just stab our orange and we just go, okay, fill it in. Side to side, side to side, up and down, okay. And then clean our paintbrush. Pinch. And get a little piece of white. Let's see who's the fastest because I'm going to start beating you by a lot. Because do we have to think about this very much anymore? No. Now we're using our skills that we own, because we do, to go faster. Okay, now where's the light coming from? The top of her foot, top of her arm, right? So I just go very white. And you know by the time I get to that thumb and on the back foot, it's going to run out. So up, down, push, 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 push. I'm pushing the white through and I just give it permission to run out. Whatever. And then another piece of white for the top of her foot, top of her wrist, very white. And then I go side to side, push it down, 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 down. I'm running out of paint, ran out. Then I clean my paintbrush. Ooh, orange and yellow are touching. What do we get to do? Do a little scribbly. Mix them together. Smushy, smashy, smushy, smashy. I got yellow in the orange, orange in the yellow. Yellow in the orange, orange in the yellow. Fab. Oh, do we even care anymore? No, look at us. Look at us, we're just like pros. Okay, and I clean my paintbrush. And then what comes after orange? The pink. Stab. And the pink is like her calf. Hello, hello. Oh, it's a full fingerful. And then it goes up to her elbow. Oh, I stabbed the wrong color. Cleaning my paintbrush. I meant pink. Okay, and then this pink side would be the top of her arm, the rest of her little forearm, right? And then what do we do? Do you even need me to tell you? No, you do not. We fill it in. Up, we paint, look, everybody look though. But I paint this one up and down because we have to be parallel with the lines all the time. And then this one side to side. Being parallel is a thing because of texture, right? And then I get to clean my paintbrush, pinch, and get a little bit of white. Boom! highlighting. You guys are going to be experts at highlighting. And I believe the white is on the top of her arm. Very white. Not very white. Running out of white. Less. And now I'm going back and forth like a little scribble. And then I get another piece of white because the other side would like her own tiny piece of white. And it's the front of her leg, right? So I go, very white. Okay. And then up and down, running out, push it back, 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 and running out, all gone. It's just pink by herself. Exactly. We give it permission to be bright all the way to just pink by herself. And then we clean our paintbrush bit. Because with a clean paintbrush, what does orange and pink make? I don't know. Something delicious. I don't know what it is. But now I get to make, because that looks terrible where they meet like that unless we make a new color. So I push the pink and the orange and the pink and the pink and the orange. I think orange is the more aggressive color, I think. And then I push the pink and the orange and the pink. With no paint on my paintbrush, I just scribble them together. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then purple elbow, purple knee. Easy, but it's going to be a different shape because they look like L's, right? So where's my, oh yeah, purple's dark. Watch out for it, letting it turn black. So it needs some white's help. So I get my purple. Oh, look at my knee is messed up. I'm going to paint over it. I drew that bad. I don't care. I'm going to paint over it. So it's, okay, knee and her elbow. And it's a fingerprint bag. And then fill it in. Oh, there was still pink in my paint. Hey, but it helped my purple a little bit. I'm going to get more purple though. Oh, there. Okay. You can use sound effects. It makes it more like play. And then I clean my paintbrush because I would like to get some white and a teeny tiny poke. And then the white is coming, still coming from the front. How am I going to put the purple here and get it all the way to the corner of her elbow? I don't know. Try. So I go very white. Look at that little tiny piece of white right there. And I push. And I just make it go bigger. And I ran out. Look how good you're getting at that already. Go. And then the top of her knee, right, would be very white. Very white. And then I let it run out and I go less, all gone. And I clean my paintbrush pinch. Now pink and purple is, who thinks I'm going too fast? Raise your hand. Okay, a few hands. Okay. You just keep plugging along. I'm pacing myself, right? Watching other people. Okay, now I'm going to put the purple and the pink and the pink and the purple. If this was a YouTube video, couldn't you just push pause and wait for yourself to catch up with what I was doing? I know. Okay, so if you're like, I'm not finishing at school, she's too fast. Couldn't we just take all her supplies with us and finish at home? Jess? No worries. Okay, now I'm going to put the purple and the pink and the pink and the purple with a clean paintbrush. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody's unique with how fast they go and how they apply their paint. Unique, okay? So we just don't even need to, whatever. But I have to watch the clock, don't I? Yes, I do. Okay, now we're going to get blue. Stop. And where's blue? Swipe. And her arm. I'm halfway up her arm and half of her leg. Like that. Fill it in. Fill it in side to side. And then where's the white? The white's on the top of her leg and push it down. Ooh! And then the front of her leg, scribbly. And then clean my paintbrush. Pinch. And now what do I get to do? purple and blue are touching. Now I'm going to push the blue and the purple and the purple and the blue and the blue and the purple. And the purple and the blue and the blue and the purple. And I just did a little scribble. And it made a new color. These are just little shapes, right? Little weird shapes with a little bit of color. And we let them have white, and then we try to run out of white. So we're adjusting how much white we get. Is this the same? Okay, ooh, the last little part is green, but can I show you where her tail is? So everybody pause. Oh, so here's her leg. Even if you're busy, watch me. So I go, this is her leg. Does that make sense? Like the tail comes straight up and bumps into, that's the tail. Okay, so now I fill this in with green, but not her tail. Okay, so now it's a weird little shape. And then the top of her arm is just a little whoop. Okay, so I can put the green here. Oh, look how much green I have to use. Oh my God, I always have to go back and get lots and lots of green so it's thicker. Green is too see-through. I saw this in the catalog and I wanted it for your neon color. She's gonna need white's help, this green, don't you think? I'm gonna put it on really, really, really thick. I'm gonna keep getting scoops. It's disappointing me. I got more. And put it on softer. Okay, I got it green. All right. I just had to adjust how much paint. So it would be way more than normal. And then her little arm, top of her arm. And now I could put white on it. Clean my paintbrush, pinch. A little piece of white. And I go, okay, top of her leg. Super white. And then push it down, 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 down. Look at how soft I'm being. But it's totally helping bright green from being so see-through, because the word for transparent means you can't see through it, right? But the word opaque means you can't see through it. So the white is helping the green. I did it twice to try to scribble the white through the green. And I had to do it very soft because she tried to scratch off. Now let me put the little piece of white on the top of her arm, you know, because like that. Whoosh, very white. And push it back, 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 back. And now what happens when green and blue are touching? Turquoise. The best ever. Okay. So now I can push the green and the blue and the blue and the green. So I just, right? Favorite, making a new color. Love. I love that. It looks like the ocean. It makes me very happy. Okay. And remember, if we go outside the lines anywhere, when do we actually fix it with black and try to smooth the outline? At the end, the last thing we do, when we're all done. But not now, because if we get black in our paintbrush, it just makes everything look gray. It's a very aggressive color. Okay, now let's do his eye. So he's staring at us. Okay, so everybody look at my eye. It goes, it's purple. But I don't put any white in it, so it looks like a shadow. It looks black, but it's not. It's purple. Then it goes pink, then a little piece of orange, and then a black. And I'm going to use my fingerprint to put this black in there. Right? Okay, so I'm going to go, all right, where's my purple? Stab my purple. And I'm going to get rid of this Sharpie. And I'm no good at circles because I was born human, but I can make rainbows and smiles. Okay, so I just go rainbow, that, and then smile the bottom. But I notice when I try to go around and around, I ruin the shape because my hand will act like an egg and it will never be round. It's like, oh, but my hand knows how to make a rainbow and a smile really good. Oh, I didn't get enough on the bottom. It's not purple. I don't want to look at that Sharpie. There, more paint. Okay. There. I did it. Bye, Sharpie. Goodbye. Now I put the shadow. And I clean my paintbrush, bitch. And then the inside from from purple to the next line is pink. So I stab my pink. And can I make a circle? No, I cannot. So everybody watch. I'm going to go underneath the purple and put pink, but I make a rainbow because I can't make a circle without tracing something. And then I make a smile touching the purple. What if they mix? What if pink and purple mix? Gorgeous. I don't care. Okay, now I can fill it in. Rainbow, 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 smile, smile, smile. And I got a little bit of magenta, a little pink in my purple, and I don't care. It's cute. So purple for the shadow, then to pink. And who can see what comes next? Orange eyeball. And remember, rainbow, smile. Those of you who are trying to make circles, you're getting all frustrated. But because you can't make a circle, perfect circle. You're a born human. Machines can make circles. Okay, watch. Now I go inside the pink, and I go, and what if I get orange in my pink? We know that's gorgeous, so we don't care. So I go, okay, so I go rainbow for the top of my circle, and a smile for the bottom of my circle. That is way easier for my brain than trying to do a real circle. Your brain goes round, oops, I ruined it, and it goes round, oops, I ruined it. So don't bother. And then we fill it in. Did you catch up with me? I'm looking. It's not hard, huh? The eye. Now we have to put the little black dot, right? We all have a pupil in our eye, but we use our fingerprint. You know why? Your fingerprint is the perfect size and it's perfectly round, like a stamp. Okay? But it goes like this. It's in the bottom back corner of the orange, so he looks like he's looking at us. He's going like this. What, right? So I don't put it in the center. That'll look like he's staring off into space. I put it in the bottom corner of my orange. I'll show you. So I get my black. Where's my black? We have 30 minutes and a lot of painting to get to. Don't lose your energy. So I go poke. I get a black on my finger. And remember, this is a 2 hours, no break. Most kids can't do 2 straight hours. So if you're able to do this, you have a very good brain. Okay, so I use my fingerprint. Everybody watch, don't look away, because I'm showing you something. Everybody watch. I don't see your eyes. Everybody stop painting, look up. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this. And where does it go? My little fingerprint of black. It goes in this back far corner of the orange. Now it looks like he's looking at me. Ah. Now we have an eyeball. And it's a perfect little shape. And then I just wipe my finger on the neck in there. We could wash our hands later. And then everything alive on this planet has wet, round eyes. So look at my eye. Don't I have little shiny dots on my eye? And on the dark part. How come? Because of the light in there. But it's always at the top corner because of where light is. But we can't use our paintbrush to do that, our little blue paintbrush. We have to use our stick, okay? Because we want a teeny tiny speck of white. So I'm gonna, how much white is that? A tiny speck. Okay, and where does it go on the black? I showed you on my eye, right? On the top corner of the black. So I go, oh, all right, a little with my stick, not my paintbrush. The paintbrush will make a disgusting blob. And I put it in the top corner. Oh, now she's alive. Or he. I don't know him. Okay, guys, ready? Now we're going to switch to the big yellow paintbrush and go way faster. So who feels like you understand everything, right? You might not be keeping up and everything, but how about the concepts? Dark, medium, light, the highlighting, the blending, the making new colors, staying in our shape. Yeah, right? We could go slower or faster, but I'm watching the clock, okay? So now we're gonna use our big yellow paintbrush. So when we stab our paint, how hard are we gonna, or how much paint are we gonna get? A lot. This is way bigger. So now when we do our sections, they're humongous. So now watch how fast this will go. And you don't have to wait for me. You could just go. But I go, oh, 3 fingers green, 3 fingers yellow, 3 fingers orange, 3 fingers pink, 3 fingers purple, right? But then when I get to the body, I'm long, skinny tubes from the back to the tummy. And now they switch back to 2 fingers, 2 fingers, 2 fingers. And you have to scribble side to side. Like these are up and down, but these are side to side, okay? But let's put these spikes on there, okay? So when I make a spike, I have to flick away, right? So I only flick back up like this, not straight up, right? They kind of lean backwards like they're going bleh, bleh, bleh. Like they lean back a little because he's cool like that. But they're made out of pink. So everybody watch, everybody stop what you're doing and watch what I'm doing. Oh, and this dotted line right there just means go taller than that. They're not this big, they're taller, okay. So watch me, everybody pause and look up. I'm gonna get a stab, a humongous amount of pink. And I'm gonna go like this, and I cannot go down, I can only go up, so I get pointy corners, right? So watch, I land on her back, smash, and then I flick back, oh! And then I land and flick back. And then and it's big when I land, because my paintbrush is big. Smash, flick. Wanna see me ruin it? Watch this, land, and then go forward. Don't I just get a piece of a box and it squares off? Ew. So I go flick. Oh, now I got a point. So I get more pink. The more pink you put, the happier you'll be. Super pink. Wait, this is one color. Do we love this? No. Let's just get our spikes on there. We'll decorate it. Spike, spike. Oh, spike. There. Now you do it. It's a glob of paint. And I just land and flick. Land and flick. Land and flick. And you just flick. And the more paint you put, the thicker and nicer and not see-through your spikes are. And trust yourself. Look how much we did already. And like, how do you learn how to make a flick, a pointy flick? By doing it. There's no other way to learn it. So you're like, oh, I'm going to ruin it. Well, make 3 ugly ones. And then once you figure it out, go back over the ugly ones, right? Okay, well, pink by itself is the most boring thing I ever saw. How about if we get orange, stab the orange, and put a few pieces of orange on there, just like 5. 1, look at me, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there. Just to decorate it, but I'm not gonna leave it like that because I wanna get some white, but how much white do I decorate things with? A tiny bit of white. I get a poke of white, and I'm gonna scratch all these. Watch this, with my white, I'm gonna go and I just put the white down the middle, and I scratch it. Watch this. They look like flames. And so I get orange pieces and pink pieces. Neat! So after I got it wet with the pink, right? Then I go flick it. A little bit of orange, just so it's not boring, right? Little pieces of orange. Nice. I need a paper towel. Mine's ugly. Okay, teachers, we're going to go over by 10 minutes, I feel like. FYI. Okay, now watch this. Now we're going to do remember when we did the little pieces down here? We were using little baby paintbrush. This is way bigger and we can go way faster. Throw the paint on there like we care, right? So I go, oh, 3 fingers, 3 fingers, 3 in the rainbow pattern, right? So I go, all right, what comes after blue? I already did purple, but green. So I stab the green, stab really hard because this is a big paintbrush and it's 3 fingers big. 3 fingers, boom. Why am I using my fingers on purpose? To make sure we go fast, right? And then I fill it in with green. Who's gonna go all slow and careful? No. Put the green on there. Put it on nice and thick, because remember how green is? And then I clean my paintbrush. And where's the light coming from? The top of the tail. So I get a little pearl on the end of white. And it's going to be very white at the top. White. Less, 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 less. Who's faster than me? Who's already on another color? You can go as fast as you want. You don't need me. Do you already know how to do this? Then you just go as fast as you feel like, all right? I made my green so big, I have to fix my tail. Okay, now it's attached. Okay. Oh, look. I can't blend the green and the blue together. I'm just going to use a dry finger and try to, because look at that little sharp edge. I'm just going to make it a little drier with my finger. There. Now it doesn't look so harsh. Okay, there. Ah! Okay, there. Okay, now I clean my paintbrush. What comes after green? Yellow. Stab my yellow really hard. Look how much paint this gets. Look, it gets a whole bunch of paint. It goes so much faster. And then how big is the yellow? 3 fingers. Swipe, swipe. And then side to side. I'm beating you. Are you jealous of me? Bye, Sharpie. And then I clean my paintbrush. Pinch and get a piece of white. And I put it at the top. And I go, oh, very white. Wait. That was not enough. As soon as I put it on there, I realized. So I'm using a new size paintbrush. So the size of my white has to change. I have to adjust again and learn new. Man, I didn't get enough white for the, but that's okay. I can learn and adjust, right? So I'm going to put the white at the top. Okay, now that's enough. And I'm using the side of my paintbrush. Look how I hold my paintbrush to the side. Swipe, 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 swipe. I'm using the side of my paintbrush that's soft. There. Ooh, green and yellow are touching. So I clean my paintbrush and I put the green in the yellow and the yellow and the green. That's my favorite part. Okay, now it comes after yellow. Orange. Who's beating me? I'm faster than you. Okay, now orange. I'm going to go, oh, orange. Oh, look how I'm almost on the stick. Am I afraid of the stick? No, because the tail goes on top of the stick, right? And then I go up to, oh, there's way more good pigment in this orange compared to that green and yellow. I have to put so much green to make it not see-through. It's crazy. Then I clean my paintbrush. And where's the white at? It's at the top of the tail, right? Or where the light's coming from. Boom. Right there. It's very white. And then not very white. Running out of white, running out of white, running out of white. Just orange by itself. And I use the side of my paintbrush. And then I clean my paintbrush so I can make orangey yellow. I keep trying to see who's fastest. Because we don't have to think very much. We already know. We already have this skill. Now we're just going smushy, 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 climbing, 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 right? Now I get to put the orange in the yellow and the yellow in the orange. Cute. And then what comes after orange? Now my tail is definitely on top of the stick. Look how high I'm getting. What comes after orange? Pink! Stab my pink. Oh, I love this paintbrush. It gets a lot of paint. And then, okay, now look at everybody pause and look up, even if you're busy. Okay, this is how big my tail is. So do I want to make my tail suddenly smaller to fit this stick? No, make your tail the right size. Just paint over the stick. The stick will get out of your way. See? Now that makes sense. Okay, and then fill it in pink. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Ooh, I got some orange in my pink just now. I don't care. And then, uh-oh, time to switch, by the way. Everybody pause and look up. We're coming on her back. So I want the light to be on her back the whole time. So can I start putting the white on her back now? So I'm going to put it on her back. So I go swipe, very white, then not very white, not very white, running out of white, running out of white, running out of shadow. Okay, now I can clean my paintbrush. Pinch and push the orange and the pink and the pink and the orange, orange and the pink and the pink and the orange. Pretty, 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 pretty. And I don't care the scribble that I get because it has a really yummy texture like tie-dye. Looks just like tie-dye. Go faster. You're like, she's being mean. Well, our class is going to be over. I want you to go with me. Come on. Okay, so after orange, purple. After pink is purple. So it's on her back and in front of her foot. And I outline it and then I fill it with purple. I had to stop and get purple twice. Ooh. Thick, thick, thick. Using the side of my paintbrush more than the tip of my paintbrush. And I clean my paintbrush. And then the light is on her back now. So I get my white, whoop, and I put it on her back. Because that will dry black, right? I put it on her back, swoop. Up, down, 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 down. And I clean my paintbrush pinch. And I put the pink and the purple and the purple and the pink. Ooh, new color. Then after purple is blue. And then now I'm coming up the side. That's a weird shape. Look at on top of her leg and her back. And I clean my paintbrush. Stopping and cleaning my paintbrush with a little swipe is like every single time, huh? Who's tired? No tired allowed. Get that last bit of energy. Whoosh, and I push, put the white and the blue and the blue and the white. And then put the purple and the blue together. Okay, now everybody pause and look up. Look. Now we have to start doing her body. But I just finished this piece of blue. Now they're going to go from her back to her leg. And they're about 2 fingers big, each piece. All the rules apply. Very white on the top. And you run out by the time you get to the tummy. But it goes like this. They're long tubes all the way to the face. And then whatever color you are when you get to the eye, you make a little rainbow over his eye. So if I end with green, it's a green one. If I end at blue, it's a blue eyelid. Okay? So I'm just gonna, on your mark and set, go. So they're gonna be long tubes, long tubes, long tubes, like that. So after blue comes green. So I stab the green and get a lot of paint. I might have to get 2 pieces of paint green. But I go, okay, it's 2 fingers. So it's from the back to the leg. And then I have to go side to side, not up and down. Side to side. Oh, this is up and down. The next one I think is side to side. I'm using the side of my paintbrush so I don't scratch it off. And then I get white and put it on her back. And go down, 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 running out, running out, running out, running out. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Run out on purpose. Just like that. Okay, then I clean my paintbrush with a no paint paintbrush and put the green and the blue and the blue and the green. And then I get to use yellow. And then where does it go? On her back to her leg, and that's 2 fingers fat, and then paint side to side. Oh, I need more yellow. Let's see through. More yellow. It's hard to use the side of my paintbrush, but it's like peanut buttering it on, putting on frosting, then cutting it with the tip of the paintbrush like a knife. The side of the paintbrush is more smooth, more buttery. And then I can get the white, whoop, and put it on her back, whoosh, super bright. But then I'm going to push it all the way down to her leg, no stopping. But it's not, everybody pause and look, it's not Z's. This one touches, this one touches, this one touches, this one touches, this one. But I'm not doing zigzags. They're just going lower, 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 lower. I'm pulling down the white paint. I'm pulling it down. And then she just runs out at the bottom. Okay, now I can clean my paintbrush. I put the yellow in the green and the green in the yellow. Blah, 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 blah. Made a new color. Okay, what comes after yellow? Orange. Stab the orange. Okay, now I'm coming on the back. Uh-oh, the spikes. Well, her back goes on top of the spikes. So look, I cut off the bottom of the spikes. Bye, bottom of the spikes. Pating. And then, where this piece would be, I draw around her knee. So my 2 fingers would be like, all right. Okay, that makes sense. And then I go blah, 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 blah. And then I can get the white, and it's most bright on her back. And I get a scoop of white, so it's super bright. Hello! And then I push it down, 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 pulling, 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 and I'm running out of white, and I don't care, and I'm running out of white. And then I get to her tummy. Ta-da. But then I clean her paintbrush, so I can make orangey white color. And I just go, oh, blah, 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 blah. Good job. And then after orange goes what? Pink. And I go stab, and the pink will be from her back to her tummy. Who's beating me? Some people they're so fast that they're already at the face and they're waiting for me to catch up. And I'm like, wait for me. Stop it. But I guess it depends on what class you're in. Do you remember me telling you when we started, there's always a dominant person in the classroom? And everyone will wait for them and keep glancing over at their painting, and they refuse to go faster than that important person. It's really true. Okay, now I'm going to get white. And I'm going to go and put it on her back. And then if I was there live, I would take over the group dynamics, and then you would copy me. But when we do it over Zoom, the most dominant person in the room tends to control the classroom. Everybody knows that. And then I clean my paintbrush so I could put the orange and the pink and the pink and the orange. And then what comes after pink? Purple! So the purple's going to be on her back and all the way down to her arm. I dropped purple on the floor. It's just a side-to-side scribble. Push it down, push it down, push it down, right? Blah, 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 blah. Because the texture starts to look tie-dye, and we get way into just the scribbly feeling, and watching the colors change. It's very tie-dye. And you don't even have to be like, oh, the more wild you are, like, oh, look what it's doing. I can't even believe it. It's changing colors. And then you're just like watching it happen. You're just like, boom, boom, boom. And you're like, look at it. Look what it did. Okay, there's purple. I just did purple, and I worry that she's going to dry black. So I want to make sure I get white all the way down to the bottom. Just a speck of white. Oh, okay. I must have got a lot of white. That was not supposed to go. It was too aggressive. Watch me push it away. I can push it back up and tell white to leave. I did that. I pushed the white back up. Okay, now I get to put the pink and the purple and the purple and the pink. My favorite part. And what comes after purple? blue. Swipe, and her arm too. Uh-oh, not enough paint. I can tell, I can hear it, and it sounds scratchy. And then I clean my paintbrush pinch. And I get a little piece of white. Who already knows how much white to get? I know, look how fast you learn that. You just like boom to boom to boom to boom. How much color, how much white, how do you scribble, how do you run out of paint? I know. How are you learning this? How are you trusting yourself this way? Because how do you learn stuff on Earth? Earth is a learn by doing class only. So when the teacher shows you math, did you actually learn math? No. When do you actually learn math? When you do it. So this is the learn by doing planet. So if you would like to know something, you have to actually do it. Watching is nothing. Okay, so now I'm going to put the blue and the purple and the purple and the blue and the blue and the purple. If you watched me paint, would you be a better painter? No. Everybody watches Bob Ross and nobody can paint. So watching doesn't make you better at it. Doing makes you better. Okay, what comes after blue? Green, because I get to make turquoise. Oh yeah, and I have to use a whole bunch of it because she's see-through, you know? So I'm going to get a huge, disgusting scoop. And oh, okay, everybody pause and look. Let me show you, I'm at her crown. So I have to put it from her crown to her chin. And I do not care about her smile. I just put the smile on there so that he would look friendly. But everybody pause and look up. How do we actually make the smile? With dots. So paint right over his smile. It doesn't matter, right? We just keep going all the way to the nose. And then I'm going to show you how to make, it's just like a smile from underneath, like you go parallel with the eyeball, right? So I go, all right, let me get green. I'm going to need a huge scoop of green. I'm going to go huge. I'm going to go humongous because I know this green is going to run out on me. So, and push it down, 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 and I already ran out. Urgh. More paint. I don't care. It'll dry eventually. I'll put on really thick. I don't care. And then look how I'm holding my paintbrush. I'm holding it like a magic wand, trying to softly just use the side of my paintbrush. This green is behaving. But I saw it in the catalog and it was neon green and I wanted you guys to have neon green. Now I'm rethinking my choice because it's so see-through. But you don't know that when you order the paint. Okay, then I get the white and it's going to be super bright on his crown. I don't actually know what these dinosaur parts are called, but I call it the crown. So it's very white, and then I push it down, 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 down. I'm running out of white, running out of white, running out of white, running out of white, running out of white. I ran out, so it's very dark on her chin. And then I clean my paintbrush so I can make turquoise. I put the blue and the green and the green and the blue. Uh-oh, what comes after green? Yellow. And then it's still 2 fingers big. So her crown to her chin. Uh-oh, I worry about her eyeball. Look it. Everybody pause, because you might get to this part. I'm actually going to make a letter C and protect her eye. Outline her eye. Whatever color, you're going to land on a different color than me, depending on how big your colors were. But when you get to the eye, just do a backwards C and protect the eye there. Because remember how if you outline something, you're less likely to hurt it. Remember that? Okay, so then I can get my white and turn on the light so yellow's not so boring. Boom, so white. Uh-oh, go slow. Don't hurt your eye. Okay. Now I get to put green in the blue and blue in the green. I mean, yellow in the green and green in the yellow. And then what comes after yellow? Orange. I've never ended it orange before. Every time I do it, I end it a different color. But, uh-oh, that means whatever color I end with is the eyelid. Oh, well, I'll do this first. Remember I told you that and then I forgot? Let me do my orange first and then put a little bit of white on there. and it goes on the top of her nose, right? But I ended with yellow on the top of her head, so that means her eyelid, or the little rainbow over her eye, is also white. So whatever color you end with is the eyelid. Watch. So I ended with yellow, so I go wee, and that's just a little rainbow. But that's see-through. She's gonna need a little bit of white. Let me see. And then attach it to her, whatever color. So if you ended with blue, it's a blue eyelid. If you ended with green, it's a green eyelid. Okay? So everybody's in a different spot, huh? Oh my God! Okay, look. Okay, everybody pause. Right? Everybody pause, even if, no matter where you're at, because some of you aren't going to be finished, right? So you're going to take all your supplies home and play with it at home and whatever. But you got to wash these paintbrushes out before you leave today, and then pinch it with a paper towel and make sure no color comes out, because the color is plastic. That's why they dry hard, right? So get the color out completely and check it with a paper towel to make sure. Okay, so I want to show you these dots real quick. Even if you're not ready, can I show you anyway so you'll have it for your remembering? Okay, and we're going to use our yellow stick, because remember when we put the fingerprint for the eyeball, the stick is like a miniature fingerprint, and we're going to do it in white first. But I get my white, and I don't stab my white, I just touch my white, and I want to make this smile. But I'll show you. First, I put a dot on the tip of her nose. Then I put a finger beneath her eye, and then a finger behind her eye. Let me show you. Everybody watch, even if you're busy, because you could go back, okay? So I put one white dot on her lips. Poop! On it, like a little, right? Then a finger below her eyeball is another dot, and then a finger behind her eyeball. Now I put a whole bunch of dots, but if I'm not careful, that could be a V. It has to bend like a U, right? That's a smile. So I get my white paint and I go down, 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 up, 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 up. And then I make a down her back, and it's just a rainbow of dots down her back. And then stop when you get to the tail, because you know what happens to the tail? Everybody pause what you're doing and watch what I'm doing. You're not doing it correctly. Everybody pause. Watch me. Okay, so I'm going to go, then everywhere you made a new color, those scribblies, you put some dots. Where you made new colors. Oh, I made new color there. 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 The turquoise happened, and the blue, and then I made that color, and then I put little specklies. I'm out of paint. And then little specklies, and then little specklies there, little specklies. And then the last thing I do is I put very few black dots in rows, just on her body and her face, and they're about 2 fingers apart. They are not friends. Do not, and I'm using my stick. Do not use your paintbrush. What will your paintbrush do? Poo, poo, poo. No, the stick will go poke, like a fingerprint. Now I'm going to get black, clean my paintbrush. Where's that black? And I just go, watch me. I'll bring it closer. And it just helps the high contrast. And it's just for the body. 1, 1, 1, 1. Next row, right? And they're 2 fingers apart. They're very scared of each other. Oh, I ran out. More paint. Remember, what if you're not even at this point yet? I just want you to see it so you can see how the little tiny details changes the texture of the painting. It's weird, but what did we learn? We learned shape, color, and texture. So the color is always 3D. We're always rooting for dark, medium, light. The texture is like a tie-dye scribbly texture in this painting. But then the dots at the end seem to add a little texture too. But not too many, because it will just make the painting very dark. Okay. So who's not done yet? I want you just to keep painting. Just keep painting. Play, play, play. Your teachers will tell you when you have to get the heck out, right? And we'll clean up, and you have the little bag, and we'll put all our supplies in our bag, and we'll take them home. This will still be wet, so we have to carry it like this. If you want to leave yours here at school, have a Sharpie and write your name on the back so nobody tries to steal yours. Right? And why did I go fast at the end? Because I was watching the clock. But you take your time. You have all of the skills. You heard my voice for 2 straight hours. Go ahead and finish. Wherever you're at, I'll keep it going. It's exactly the same as I've been saying. I didn't change anything. Oh, look at that. The pink came through. You have all the skills you need to finish. And I said all the words, and you're like, oh, I know what to do. But did we just do 2 hours straight with no break? How's your behind? Tired? How's your feet if you were standing? Right, I know. So our bodies don't like to do the same task for a long period of time. So we get tired and sleepy, but you got to fight that because we're almost done. That's why in kindergarten, they do one task and then a recess, then a task, like every 30 minutes, right? Then at 2nd grade, you can go a whole hour without a recess. Then by 4th grade, you're going an hour and a half without a recess, but never longer than that. So to go 2 hours, I'm just telling you what kind of good brains you have and how much concentration you have that you were able to go a whole 2 hours. That's, as a teacher, it's incredibly impressive to watch people focus on a task for that long and trust yourself and push yourself forward. It's very impressive. And then you got to see colors change. You watch texture. And then as the paint's dry, look at your tail. That is way different colors. How come? They're drier, so they're darker. Did you know white paint is mostly white gel that turns clear like Elmer's glue? So it dries and you're like, hey, that's way darker. It's because the gel of the white disappeared. And you're like, hey, it looks darker than it was. I know. And you thought you were messing it up. And now that it's dry, you're like, yeah, that's what I meant to do. Okay, you guys want to see me touch up my painting with some black? I don't recommend this unless you trust yourself, okay? So when I'm done, and I am not going to use my paintbrush ever again because it will turn all black and you have to literally wash it really, 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 really good because the black makes everything gray. So watch, I'm going to go fixing. I get my black paint and how do we outline with paint? Since the background is black, I land in the black. Watch, land and push, and then touch the part I'm fixing and push. That's how I keep a straight line. Look at how I messed up the green right there. So I go under it and I go smash and I sneak up and push. That's how I get that smooth line. And it is shinier. Oh, and you can't do your stick. There's no way of fixing the brown, right? But any of these, oh, look at the back. Her back is, oh, there, fixed it. Okay. Maybe her chin. Her chin is a little ratty. But I touch the black first, black, and then push up, and then trace it better, right? And her crown, I wish that was smoother. But I stay in the black background and sneak it down to the other paint. And I don't put too much because it is a shiny paint and our background is not shiny. So I don't want to draw too much attention to all my scribbles. It has a little gloss to it and my background doesn't. Good job, you guys.